That giant fall from power in Egypt. The longtime leader, Hosni Mubarak, wheeled into a courtroom on a gurney, kept behind a cage, and he was there to learn his fate.
Hosni Mubarak carried in on a gurney, wheeled into a Cairo courtroom, about to learn his fate. Wearing dark glasses, he was kept in an iron cage.
Mubarak is sentenced to life in prison for his role in the killing of protesters.
Mubarak will now spend the rest of his life locked up. 6 other officials acquitted, though, along with Mubarak's sons. And because of that, there was outrage in court. A bloody brawl breaking out, chants inside and out to cleanse the justice system, too. For Mubarak, who was rushed out, a steep fall after those protests just more than a year ago.
The situation here in Tahrir Square turning even more tense. You can see that
back then we were reporting from Tahrir Square as Mubarak's men came charging in stunning form, on horseback and on camel, charging into the crowd carrying whips, taking aim at the very protesters who have been demanding Egypt's president step down. Fear spreading through Cairo quickly.
The neighborhood's so tense now, they don't even want us near the entrance to their neighborhood with a camera.
We hate America.
You hate us?
Yes, I hate you, and I hate you.
Why do you...
At the time, many believed Western cameras were fueling the unrest, and yet, even with so much turmoil, we also heard hope from the youngest faces.
What do you hope now for your country? What do you want to achieve?
I want to be a doctor when I...
You want to be a doctor?
Yes, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a scientist.
A what?
A scientist.
A scientist?
Yes. Engineer. Computer engineer.
Computer engineer. Who could forget the faces of those little girls? I want to bring back in my friend Christiana Manpour. More than a year later now, you were the last journalist to ever speak with Hosni Mubarak. And so I'm curious what you made of this steep fall we witnessed today.
Well, when I spoke to him, it was a week before he stepped down, and he told me he had heard the voice of the people and he was going to step down. This is a very steep fall, but let's not forget, Hosni Mubarak did heed the voice of his people, did heed the voice of the United States when they said it was time for him to leave. Unlike Libya's Gaddafi, who did not and was chased out by NATO. Unlike Syria's President Bashar Assad, who is still slaughtering his own people. So I think Hosni Mubarak stands out as a very different kind of Arab leader, and he stepped down in the face of a revolution.
And about those little girls and their talk of hope for the future, what do you make? We know the runoff elections are coming just weeks from now.
What's really incredible is that the final runoff will pit Hosni Mubarak's former prime minister against the Muslim Brotherhood. There are no liberal candidates, even though the revolution said that they wanted a more secular, more liberal way to the future. So that's going to be very interesting to see. And don't forget, of course, Hosni Mubarak was a very close ally of the West and a very close ally of Israel's as well. So everybody's watching to see how the Egyptian elections turn out.